Lionel Messi has never played England. Not once. Not in a friendly, not in a qualifier, not in 6 World Cups and 20 years of a career that has won everything there is to win. He has faced Germany, he has faced France, he has never in his entire life faced the 3 Lions. On Wednesday, at 39, in the last World Cup he will ever play, in a semi-final, he finally does. And he does not walk into a football match, he walks into a haunting. Because when Argentina meet England, Diego Maradona is always somewhere on the pitch. This is the final third. Here is the thing nobody is saying out loud. You will hear this week that this is the greatest rivalry in football. It isn't, not quite. Boca and River would have something to say, so would Brazil and Argentina. The truth is stranger than that. This rivalry has been asleep. England and Argentina have not met at a World Cup since 2002. They have not played each other at all since a friendly in Geneva in November 2005. 20 years, a whole generation of footballers has come and gone without this fixture existing. But here is the sharper claim, and it is the reason Wednesday matters. Every famous chapter these two have ever written was a quarter-final, or a last 16 tie, or a group game. 1966, 1986, 1998, 2002. Not one of them was ever for a place in a World Cup final. 60 years of wounds, and they have never once met with the stakes this high. Until Wednesday. To understand Wednesday, you have to understand what came before it. 1966, Wembley, a quarter-final so bitter that the Argentina captain, Antonio Rattin, was sent off for what the referee called violence of the tongue, in a language the referee did not speak. Rattin refused to go. He sat down on the red carpet laid out for the Queen. England won 1-0, and afterwards the England manager, Alf Ramsey, called Argentina animals. Argentina have never forgotten the word. And on Saturday, the very day these two teams were confirmed to meet in this semi-final, Antonio Rattin died in Buenos Aires. He was 89 years old, the man whose sending off started all of this, gone on the day it came back. 1986, Mexico City. And this one is not really about football at all. 4 years earlier, Britain and Argentina had gone to war over a cluster of islands in the South Atlantic. 255 British servicemen died, 649 Argentines died. Many of them were teenage conscripts. 4 years later, the two nations were drawn against each other in a World Cup quarter-final. Diego Maradona punched the ball past Peter Shilton and called it the hand of God. 4 minutes later, he ran through half the England team and scored what the world still calls the goal of the century. Argentina won 2-1. Maradona later said that beating England felt like revenge. The former Argentina defender Roberto Perfumo put it more plainly than anyone ever has. In 1986, he said, "Winning that game against England was enough. Winning the World Cup was secondary for us. Beating England was our real aim." That is what this fixture is. That is the ghost. And it kept going. 1998, San Etienne. David Beckham flicks a leg out at Diego Simeone, sees red, and Argentina win on penalties. Beckham goes home to find himself hanged in effigy outside a London pub. 4 years later, he stands over a penalty against Argentina and scores, and England win 1-0, and a country forgives him with a single kick of a ball. Every chapter has cost somebody something, and Lionel Messi has been in none of it. He was 14 when Beckham took that penalty, and here is the cruelty of it. 3 months after Messi made his Argentina debut, in August 2005, the two nations played each other in Geneva. It is the only time in his entire career that this fixture has existed. He did not play, he was 18 and he watched. They have not met since. The federations talked about a friendly for years and never found the window or the will. 6 World Cups, he has never once drawn England. So he arrives on Wednesday as the most decorated footballer alive, walking into the one story his country cares about most, having never lived a line of it. He is 39. This is his final World Cup. He has scored 8 goals here, level with Kylian Mbappe at the top of the charts. He is the all-time leading scorer in World Cup history. Earlier this summer he scored in 9 consecutive World Cup matches, a run no footballer had ever managed before. And here is the strange, beautiful thing about him now. He is playing free. For most of his career, Messi carried Argentina like a debt. Every tournament was a referendum. Every failure was evidence in a trial that never ended. Then in Qatar he lifted the trophy, and the debt was paid. His manager Lionel Scaloni was asked this week whether a 39-year-old in that condition surprised him. He said no. He said Messi will remain the best player in the world for as long as he chooses to keep playing. There is nothing left for Lionel Messi to prove, which is exactly what makes him dangerous. Across from him stands a man who has proved almost everything and won almost nothing. Harry Kane is 32. Nobody in the history of England has scored more goals in an England shirt. He is his country's all-time leading World Cup scorer too, and this summer he went past Pele on the all-time list. 14 World Cup goals across 3 tournaments. This season for club and country, he scored more than 70 goals. 61 of them for Bayern Munich. It is the second most prolific season any footballer has produced in the 21st century. And the only man ahead of him on that list, the only human being who has ever had a better year in front of goal, is Lionel Messi. Sit with that. The only person on earth who has ever outscored Harry Kane's greatest season is standing across the halfway line from him on Wednesday afternoon. He won the Golden Boot in 2018. Win it again here, and he is the first player of any nationality to win 2. And yet, strip all of it away and one hole is still there. Harry Kane has never won a major trophy with England. 2 European Championship finals, 2 defeats. He left Tottenham for Munich because he was tired of being the best player in the room with nothing on the table, and still, in an England shirt, nothing. One of these men is playing for the pure joy of it. The other is playing to fill a hole that has followed him his entire career. And they have met before, twice, exactly twice, in their whole lives. Both times in the Champions League group stage in 2018, Tottenham against Barcelona. At Wembley, Barcelona won 4-2. Kane scored in the 52nd minute, Messi scored in the 56th, then again in the 90th just to end the argument. The return finished 1-1. Barcelona won 1. They drew 1. Harry Kane has never beaten Lionel Messi. The last time those two men stood on a pitch together, Messi scored twice and beat him, and it was a group game. This one is for a place in a World Cup final. England have not reached one since 1966, their only title, and every English generation since has been measured against a grainy afternoon they never saw. This is only their 4th semi-final ever. And the man dragging them there is 23 years old. Jude Bellingham has scored braces in consecutive knockout rounds, against Mexico, and then against Norway, where he equalised on the stroke of half-time and won it 3 minutes into extra time. And here is the detail that writes itself. The last player to score 2 or more goals in consecutive World Cup knockout matches at the same tournament was Diego Maradona, 1986, and the first of those 2 games was the quarter-final against England. Now an Englishman has done it and walked straight into this fixture. Bellingham was 15 the last time England reached a semi-final. He is not carrying the ghosts. He has never met them. Argentina, meanwhile, are trying to do something nobody has managed since Brazil in 1962 retained the World Cup. And they refuse to die. Extra time to get past Cape Verde, 2 goals down against Egypt, and they still won 3-2. Extra time again against Switzerland, until Julian Alvarez struck one from 25 yards into the top corner, unbeaten in 12 consecutive World Cup matches. They have not been good. They have been unkillable. There is a difference, and at this stage of a tournament, the second one might matter more. So how is this actually decided? Start with England, because England have not been dominant, not once. Every knockout win has come by a single goal, They went behind to Congo, they went behind to Norway, they played most of the second half against Mexico with 10 men. They win ugly, they win late, by the smallest margin available. In a semi-final, that might be the most useful quality they own. Their route to a goal is Bellingham arriving late into the box from deep, with Kane dragging centre-backs out of position to open the door. Argentina's answer is Christian Romero and Lisandro Martinez, two defenders who bite, who foul, and who would turn this into a street fight given half a chance. But the game turns on Messi, and on who is standing in front of him. Messi does not chase goals anymore. He drops deep into the pocket between the opposition midfield and their defense, and from there he passes teams to death. His assist for Alexis Mac Allister against Switzerland came from exactly that space. Cutting that supply line is Declan Rice's job. And Declan Rice has been ill. He has carried nerve pain in his back for months. He was taken off at half-time against Norway after what one report called arguably his weakest performance in an England shirt. If Rice is not right on Wednesday, there is very little standing between Lionel Messi and the England goal. And then there are the legs. Argentina have played 120 minutes twice in 3 games. England played 120 against Norway in Miami Heat. Both these teams score late. Both may be running on empty by the time late arrives. So who wins? Honestly, nobody knows, and anyone telling you otherwise is selling you something. England are more resilient than they are good. Argentina are more stubborn than they are convincing. It is a coin spinning in the Atlanta air, and it comes down on one moment: a Bellingham run, a Messi pass, a mistake. What we do know is this: 60 years of history, 4 bitter chapters, 1 war, 1 hand of God, and not one of those nights was ever played for a place in a World Cup final. This one is. Lionel Messi has never played England. On Wednesday at 39 in the last tournament of his life, he finally will, and the ghosts of 1986 will be waiting for him in the tunnel. This is the final third. If you want to know where the biggest games are really decided, the stories and the tactics nobody else is telling, like this video, subscribe, and we will see you for the next one.